Hello everyone. In the previous class we discussed few points with respect to C loops. That is, we can go for a decrement loop rather than increment loop, and whether it is signed or unsigned loop counter you are using, it is efficient to use the test condition as I not equal to 0. And one more thing we just summarized, that is, if you know that the loop will be executed at least one time, then go for a do while loop rather than while loop or for loop. So it is going to save 2 cycles. Now we'll look into the last topic under loops, that is loop unrolling. We'll see what do you mean by loop unrolling. Then we'll understand the advantage of loop unrolling by considering the same example, that is data packet checksum. So in the previous class we discussed decrement loop for data packet checksum problem. There we had totally 4 instructions within the loop. 2 instructions for fetching data from the array and to compute sum. There we used LDR and add instructions, and 2 more instructions to implement the loop for iterations, that is SUBS and BNE instructions we made use of. So these 2 instructions which are executed in each iteration in addition to the body of the loop, they are called as loop overhead. On ARM7 or ARM9 processors, the subtract, that is SUBS instruction, takes 1 cycle and branch instruction BNE takes 3 cycles. So which gives a overhead of 4 cycles per loop. So if n iterations take place, then loop overhead will be 4 into n, that is 4 in cycles. So we can save some of these cycles by unrolling the loop. So what do you mean by unrolling? It means we can repeat or we can write the loop body instructions many times and reduce the number of loop iterations by the same proportion. So now consider the same data packet checksum problem. We shall unroll the loop body 4 times. Here we assume that number of words in the packet, say n, it is a multiple of 4. And for example, if there are 64 words in the packet, then loop body can be repeated 4 times and number of iterations can be reduced to 16. That is 64 by 4, it constitutes to 16. So you can observe following things in this C routine what you are seeing on the screen. That is, a variable size data packet is considered and it is assumed that number of words in the packet is multiple of 4. A do while loop is used here and pointer is incremented instead of array indexing, and you can observe that summation operation, that is sum plus is equal to star of data plus plus. So this operation is repeated 4 times and n is decremented by 4 since 4 words are added within the loop. So you can see that the test condition used is n not equal to 0, and you can also observe the final sum, it is returned to the calling function. So coming to the compiler output for this checksum routine, here R2 is initialized to 0 which holds the sum, and the data is fetched from the array into R3 register using post index with immediate offset for this LDR instruction. Here R0 is a pointer to the array. So from the current address held in R0, the data is fetched and then the pointer is incremented by 4 so that it points to the next word. So if you have observed how registers are allocated for the function arguments in the example routines what we have discussed so far, then you can see that R0 is allocated for the first argument, whatever been passed from the calling function, and R1 is allocated for the second argument, and so on. And the result from the called function to the calling function is written in R0 register. So in this example, R0 holds the base address of the array which is passed as first argument to the called function. R1 holds the n value which is the second argument. R2 holds the sum which is a local variable declared within the function. So R0 holds the final sum which is written to the calling function. You are seeing 4 LDR instructions in this compiler output which are used to retrieve 4 words from the array and 4 addition instructions for computing the sum of each of those data. R1 is decremented by 4 using SUBS instruction, and BNE instruction is executed for deciding about the next iteration. See, after the loop terminates, you can observe the final sum, which is in R2, it is transferred to R0 register, and the return address is transferred to PC, and the control is transferred to the calling function. So here you can observe that since the body, that is the loop body, is unrolled 4 times, the loop overhead is reduced from 4n cycles to 4n by n, that is n cycles.